Good morning, guys. How are you? I've just about finished the video and I didn't have it on play. My sincere apologies again, honestly. I am so sorry. It's because I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, jumped in the shower, had a cup of coffee. On my second cup of coffee, I should have waited until lunchtime, but never mind. And I'm just about finished. So let me just recap of what I've done. Now I'm doing a New York cheesecake. I'm doing it in an 8-inch cake tin as opposed to a 9-inch cake tin. Now the ingredients are digestives, a packet of digestives. And what you need to do is either put it through the blender, blend them so they're like breadcrumbs. And then you're looking to have it like wet sand. So you're going to pour some hot butter in there and give it a really good mix so it looks like wet sand. Put it into the cake tin. You don't have to line the cake tin or anything. Just put it into the cake tin. And what you want to do is to get a clean glass and just flatten it out on the bottom of the cake tin and try and build it up on the sides of the cake tin, because a New York cheesecake tends to go up slightly with the biscuit, not just on the base, but on the side as well. I'll show you that actually when it comes out the oven. I've put it in the oven for 15 minutes and then I started on the mix, which you can see I'm just about finished. But that's absolutely fine because there's not a lot in the mix. What I've got is 500 grams of cream cheese. Now I usually use Philadelphia cheese, cream cheese, but you can use the cheaper version. I think you get it in Lidl or somewhere like that. And that does suffice, but it has to be at room temperature, guys. Don't have it at chill temperature. It doesn't really work. It would work, but it's you get into all sorts of issues with it when you put it into the oven, because we are putting it into the oven. So yeah, 500 grams of cream cheese at room temperature, 150 grams of caster sugar, and 200 grams of sour cream, 200 grams of double cream, 2 eggs, which I've put in, and then I put a yolk in off the third egg. That just helps it bind. 2 tablespoons of corn flour, just gives it that thickening agent. Teaspoon of salt, tablespoonful of vanilla essence, lemon juice, and we're going to put this into the oven once the biscuits out of the oven. We're going to put the mix in and then we're going to put it in the oven at 175 degrees. That's on a fan assisted oven. So you'll have to work that out for your other, if you're going to put it in another oven for 30 minutes. And then what you want to do after the 30 minutes is adjust it, take it back to 150 degrees for a further 30 minutes. And don't open the door at all during this time. Just adjust the temperature, take it back down to 150, and that will do it. And hopefully you get like a caramelization on the top. That's what we're looking for. We don't want it to look like a panna cotta wrapped in shit. You want it, you want it nice. So yeah, I'm really, really sorry that that's twice I've done the whole video and the bloody thing hasn't even been switched on. But anyway, I'm just going to add my lemon juice to this. You only want about a teaspoonful of lemon juice and just continue to mix. But you're not whisking, guys, right? It's very important that you fold the liquid instead of whisking it. So you're not trying to get as much any air in, actually. You're trying to keep the air out, but you don't want any bubbles either. You know what I mean? So that's actually finished. And it is as simple as that, actually. Now that's ready to go into the cake tin once it's out of the oven. And you should let the biscuit cool down slightly. But what we're going to do, I don't know if you've heard of a water butt before, but all it is, it's a tray with some cold water in, because these cheesecakes do like a bit of steam, they like a bit of moisture. So if you put it in dry, it'll tend to cook like it would cook a cake or a sponge, which is what you don't want. Cheesecake should be moist, just like the chilled um, cheesecakes that we do. So we've got a water pot and we're going to sit the cake tin in there. Now, if you're using a cake tin with the bottom that comes out, you'll want to protect that from the water, obviously. So if you just wrap a little bit of tin foil around, that's the one I'm using at the moment. So I'll just show you how to do that anyway. But yeah, I can't get over that. Not putting the video on, typical of me. I keep saying I'm learning by my mistakes. This, incidentally, I was asked by a lady called Ruth from Preston. She sent me a comment saying, you never wear you don't wear an apron in your videos. You really should. It looks more professional. Well, here you go, Ruth. This is for you. My nephew did buy me one. But can I help find it? It's somewhere in the house. I will hunt it out. This is the only one I've got at the moment, but it does set me figure off, so I may well end up keeping this one. Who knows? Right, I'm just going to check on this biscuit. It's not quite ready. Yeah, you'll be surprised when this is finished. It's absolutely beautiful, honestly. All my family, this is one cheesecake that all my family and friends like, and it's something that I excel at. But never mind. So you've got the recipe there. You can just play it back and listen to what's in, and I will do another one. I promise it sometime. Happy days. No, like I say, I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock, jumped in the shower, had my first cup of coffee. And you know, when you get that feeling you've got an appointment with somebody, and I'm like, I'm sure I've got an appointment today, but I looked at my book, there's absolutely nothing in there. So it must have just been a dream, or I've just thought about it, but I don't know. But nonetheless, anyway, I hope you're enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying the channel. It's great when you can watch exactly what I'm doing. Again, I can't apologize enough, but I'm not going to go back. I've told you what's in it. It's a simple recipe anyway to do. Just go back in the video and have a look and you see what's in there. But yeah, when it comes to the cheese, very, very important that it's just at room temperature and not chilled at all. This biscuit's ready to come out, and that needs to be chilled down for about, I would say about 20 minutes. I'll stick it in the fridge and then I'll come back, pour the mixture in, bang it in the oven for 30 minutes at 175, and then for a further 30 minutes at 150. So all in all, it's in the oven for about an hour. But don't open the oven door. Keep the oven door closed. Very, very important. Otherwise, it'll go flat. Well, it's not a cake as such, but it'll, I don't know what it does actually. And, it'll stop it from caramelizing on the top, because that's what you want in it, you know. You want it to caramelize on the top. So what I'll do, guys, I'm going to lift that out of the oven. I'm going to put it in the fridge. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up here. And I'll get back to you once I'm going to put this into the oven. Okay, thanks, guys. OMG. Sorry, I just popped on. That was the Amazon guy at the door. And I just totally forgot what I had on. And I'm answering the door and he's like, oh, that looks very sexy. I'm like, oh, thanks very much. I'm just making a cake. Would you like to come in? He's declined. He's gone. But yeah, normally I would be mortified, but you just go into overdrive. Anyway, I'll be back in 5 once this cake's out. Well, that's the biscuit still in the fridge, guys. So another 10 minutes, I suppose. I don't know what we're going to be baking next. I'm not actually sure if I've got to pick the kids up tomorrow from school. If that's the case, then we'll jump on and we'll do something else. We'll do a quiche or a cheese and onion tart or something. Or I'll ask the boys what they want. Makes it a lot more interesting for them if we bake exactly what they want, I suppose. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll come back on, I'm sure, tomorrow. Oh, might just come on and watch them eating a Mackie D's, who knows? Oh, we'll be over the moon with that. Bloody Mackie D's. Well, that didn't take long to clean down. So what's everybody doing today? On this Tuesday, dull. Actually, the sun seems to be wanting to come out and it's only 8:30. So we'll see. I've got to take a couple of calls after 9 o'clock and then who knows? I might go for a walk actually. I might just do that. I might go along the coast because I need it. I need to get these steps in, man. Oh, I went to this new bar in Newcastle on Saturday with Leslie. It's called Manhattan's. I don't know if you've been or you've heard about it. It's a new bar. Not a new concept. It's just a bar, but we really enjoyed it. And then we left there and we went to another bar. I've been in this one before. It's called something the Lounge, and it's an African bar. Oh, and the music is absolutely class. If you like African dance music, honestly, it is absolutely brilliant. So we went in there, went into Harry's bar, went into Flair's, went to a few bars actually. Oh, we went to Hoochie Coochie's for a dance. We went in there. It was absolutely great. Yeah, it was a good night Saturday. But the prices, man, unbelievable. They've just shot up, you know what I mean? So you can literally only afford to go out like once a month now. Good God, when I was in my 30s, I was out, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Not anymore. And clubbing as well. I've never been clubbing for years. Anywho, we'll give this another look and see if it's ready. I'll be back in 5. I'm back. He says, there we go, nice and chilled down in the freezer. It does have a false bottom. Like I say, we're going to be putting this in a water bath, if you like. So you don't want any water getting into there because it will just give it a soggy bottom. And we don't want a soggy bottom, do we? So all we're going to do is sit that on some tin foil and just gently wrap it around the tin. As long as the water doesn't get in, you'll be laughing. There, just like that. Okay, so what you're going to do is now we get the mix, the cheesecake mix, and we're just going to pour it into the tin. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, it's gone over the biscuit. But never mind, that doesn't mind. It doesn't matter. Now, with this cheesecake, there's no, flattening it out. I'll just gently lift it into the water butt. There we go, guys. Ooh, that's all ready to go in the oven now. 175. This is fan assisted for about 30 minutes. Then after the 30 minutes, don't forget, turn it down to about 150. And you want it caramelized on the top. So turn it down to 150 for a further 30 minutes before you take it out. And you don't open the oven door. Keep the oven door absolutely closed. Okay? So we'll go and stick this in. I'll just adjust the trays. Oh, you bugger. Right, what time is it? God, this bloody apron's snapping. Right, we'll take this out about quarter to 10. It's 8:45 now. We'll take it out about quarter to 10 once we've reduced it to 150. And that's about it, guys. Once it's finished, I'll bring it back. And I promise I'll switch on to make sure that, it lifts out. And hopefully it doesn't break up. But hey, it shouldn't do. It's the way I made it exactly the way I made it the last time. But yeah, standard recipe, very cheap recipe as well, guys. I have to say, you know what I mean. So get yourself to Lidl's, and like I say, the kids will really enjoy it. It's a nice cheesecake, and like I say, I think I might have to pick the kids up tomorrow from school. If that's the case, then I'll ask them what they want to do. We'll come on and we'll have a bit of crack on the channel. So I'll finish off cleaning, and once that's out, about quarter 10, I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay, have a nice day, guys, and I'll see you in about an hour. Well, that's it in the oven. Another half an hour. It'll be ready. Incidentally, I forgot to say I'm going to be doing my Christmas video next week. Myself and Leslie. We're not too sure of the content at the moment, but it will be adult themed, dressy uppy kind of thing. Quite looking forward to doing that. But we're not sure whether we're going to be cooking anything or we're just going to be shooting the shit with a drink and putting the worlds to rights. But yeah, I hope tune in for that, because I hope it's going to be quite good. Like none of these videos are scripted, and neither should they be. Straight off the back, shall we say? But it's funny. I wanted to tell you, I was in Asda the other day, and there was a Lithuanian woman, two in front of me at the checkout, and I believe I know she was from Sunderland behind her. And the Lithuanian girl was saying, I haven't been granted asylum and I've got to go home in the next couple of weeks. And she says, I'm just running up me bank card. And I'm like, oh, hi, probably. Anyway, this last said, yeah, she says, don't attack to me about Starmer. She says, they come over here, attack our jobs, attack our houses. And she says, and you're complaining that I'm sending you back? And I thought, oh no, there's going to be hell on here. And just then, the girl at the checkout, she turned around to the Lithuanian girl and says, do you want a hand packing? And nobody got what I was in knots with it. It was so funny, because obviously she meant, do you want a hand packing with your groceries? And just at that point, she went, do you want a hand packing? I just couldn't move. I was buckled. And all the way home, I was laughing about it. And of course, these two didn't have a clue. Even the retail assistant didn't have a clue what she'd said, but her timing was absolutely spot on. And I thought that was really, really funny. Not funny for the woman, obviously. She's going to get deported. But hey ho, we're not going to get into that, I suppose. I thought I would just pop on and tell you that before this comes out the oven. I'm just going to mop my floor now. Not much mess, but there's a little bit. I've wiped down the benches, sanitized the benches, Ruth, as well. And that's it. I think that Amazon guys put me off a little bit. I'm all of a flutter, would you believe? So anyway, we'll get back in about 5.